This is my review for The Grudge. Man, who I need to see who directed this movie. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I think the movie got a cinema score of an F, which is something I don't think I've ever seen before. The movie was, yes, it has an F cinema score. Like, usually cinema scores, let me give you a little history. Cinema scores are usually pretty lenient. Like, even a movie that you think is bad will probably get a B, B plus, B minus, sometimes an A minus, A. Like, that's, so to get an F cinema score is funny. But that's how I felt. For me, I watch some of the Japanese movies, not all of them. There's like 13 total. I watch all 3 American ones. I'd rather watch the straight-to-video one 10 times over than watch this movie. That's how bad it was. And it was just the story, the writing, like all of it was terrible. And, oh my God, it was directed by Nicholas Pesky. I don't know what else he directed. I really don't care. I need to go look because I'm probably not going to watch anything else he directed ever again. And whoever wrote it did a bad job too. I need to figure out. But the movie stars Tara Westwood, Junko Bailey, Zoe Fish, David Lawrence Brown, Andrea Wisborough. We have Damian Bicker, John Cho, as you saw in the trailer, Betty Gilpin. Somebody else. Oh, Frankie Faison. That's who it is. Frankie Faison, and where is she at? It's the lady that is... Oh, Jackie Weaver's in here as well. She's great. But Frankie Faison... Oh, Lin Shaye. That's who it is. Lin Shaye and Frankie Faison. Lin Shaye is the lady who plays... she's the lady, the psychic lady who is in Insidious. She always gets in some of these like terrible horror movies. Not Insidious. There's like some other movie she jumps in. She's just like the horror movie mainstay person. She did a great job in this movie. She didn't do bad. John Cho didn't do bad. His wife didn't do bad. Like, the people didn't really do bad. It was just the movie itself was bad. Like, I felt like they were stuck and they were trying to act. Because this movie was trying to be deep without any of the deepness that The Grudge already has. So that's what really made me mad about the movie. Frankie Faison, he was the landlord in Coming to America. He played Pop in Luke Cage. Like, he is a great actor. He's been in a lot of different things. But, man. So, if you don't know about The Grudge is mainly about Kayako and Toshiro. Toshiro's the boy who was on the ledge, and he makes the meowing like cat sounds because if you've seen the movie, this is obviously a spoiler because this movie's old. You should have seen it if you plan on seeing it all. But basically, Kayako is the mom. She's married. I think this dude's named Peter. She's secretly in love with Peter. She writes in her like journal or something like how much she loves him, cares about him. Her husband comes back. Her husband finds the fact that she's in love with this other man. Her husband basically kills her and snaps her, like she breaks her ankle when she falls. He snaps her neck. And so Toshiro, which is the son, the husband murders him before he kills himself. And he murders Toshiro in a bathtub and drowns him and I think he cuts his throat too. And also slits the throat of the cat. So he kills the cat. This makes sense because in the Grudge movie, this is later explained, but this is why the black cat is always with Toshiro, because they are connected, because they were murdered at the same time. This is why Toshiro is the one who reaches out of the bathtub and pulls people in to drown them because he was drowned. This is why when you hear cat sounds, you know it's Toshiro, because Toshiro is the one who makes those sounds out of his mouth because he died and the cat died, and that's the sound that he makes. With Kayako crawls to her victims because she broke her ankle. Kayako, like the Grudge sound, that sound is because she was making that sound when she got her neck snapped and she croaked like that. That's why she does that. In this movie, they disregard that. They take the bathtub. They try to do the iconic bathtub scene. Fails, obviously, because they didn't do it right. You didn't kill anybody that way, and you didn't do it right. And what they did is they took elements from the movie that they thought, but took the wrong elements. Like, if I made this movie, it would have been amazing. The old movie was scarier than this movie, which is pathetic because it's 2020. It shouldn't have been, like, there's no way. The straight-to-video movie was worse than this movie. And then The Grudge doesn't even directly, kill anybody till kind of towards the end. And that's not how the movies went back in the day. And everybody does, like, Kayako croaks. Everybody doesn't croak. This movie tried to take all these people and, like, we're going to be croaking and making the Grudge sound just because this is all people remember from the Grudge. That's not it. That's not how the story goes. It's not how the lore goes. The movie is just terrible. It's god-awful. It's a disgrace to the Grudge. It was made by Sony and, like, 2 other Sony companies. Sony always remakes these horror movies and they're garbage. Like, Flatliners was garbage. I hated that movie. Sony remade. This movie was garbage. Like, Sony can go, like, 2 ways. Either their movies are hot garbage or they're decent. But their movies look good. I'll give you this, Sony. Your movies always look good. The scores be decent. But the movie ended up being, like, the movie itself just is empty. Like, you took a deep story and took away the deep story. This new movie, they tried to make you care for 4 different sets of characters that you didn't care about. So it just made no sense. But The Grudge is terrible. It's awful. Don't waste your money. I think this is probably the first movie I was just like, don't go see it. Like, Black Christmas was bad. The Grudge is worse than Black Christmas. Just don't see it. Like, comment, dislike, subscribe. Thank you guys so much. I'm saving you so much time. Don't go see this movie, please.